Hello friends, today we're going to test a graphics accelerator on the basis of AMD Radeon R7 250 with DDR3 memory. ASUS products include all the entire range of video accelerators from low-cost models to top-level adapters. This time we're going to talk about the affordable modification of AMD Radeon R7 250 and namely ASUS R7 250 OC2GD3, which is distinguished by an active cooling system, a reliable component base and factory overclocking. On the other hand, the video card doesn't have the fastest DDR3 memory and this promoted its price reducing, which was approximately $95 at the time of the review editing. So let's consider other distinctive features of this model as compared to its competitors. The card comes in a quite large box made of cardboard with an excellent informational content. The supply set includes the standard documentation and a CD software. The model is implemented on a compact-sized PCB of red color. The installed cooling system almost does not exceed the PCB dimensions, which increases the model compatibility with small-sized cases. The power distribution module is implemented by a 3-phase circuit, including 2 phases for the graphics core supply and the third one for the video memory. It uses reliable super low power electronic components, which include solid-state capacitors and ferrite co-inductors. The video card is powered exclusively by means of PCI Express 3.0 slot, and AMD Crossfire X technology has the software implementation, since there are no connectors for the appropriate bridges. ASUS R7 250 OC2GD3 is based on graphics chip AMD Oland XT. It is produced according to 28nm technological process and includes 384 stream processors, 8 rasterization units and 24 texture units. The producer increased basic and dynamic frequencies of the GPU by 60 MHz, which resulted in 1060 and 1110 MHz respectively. The video memory is assembled by means of 8 nano GDDR3 chips with a total capacity of 2 GB and with the effective frequency of 1800 MHz. 128-bit bus with a bandwidth of 28.8 GB per second is used for data exchange between the graphics core and the memory. The tested card employs a multi-purpose set of interfaces for image displaying: DVI-D, HDMI and D-Sub. The cooling system of the tested video card is rather simple and small-sized. It makes sense given the low level of power consumption and heat dissipation. It also includes an all-metal radiator with ribs to increase heat dissipation efficiency and 175mm axial fan, which is mounted on the plastic cover. The graphics core heated up to 63 degrees at automatic speed control of the fan blades and under maximum load. Thus, the cooler operated at 55% of its maximum power. The noise was average in terms of subjective sensations. While idle, the memory and core frequencies were automatically reduced. In this mode, the GPU temperature did not exceed 31 degrees, and the fan speed might 220 rounds per minute. As a result, the cooler of the tested model showed a fair approval. It featured the required appropriate cooling performance and the appropriate noise level comfortable enough for everyday use. In total, we can consider ASUS R7 250 OC2GD3 to feature a sufficient performance for its segment. It allows you to run current games at low or medium graphics settings, however not exceeding Full HD resolution. Of course, in this case it makes no sense to consider more resource-consuming usage. As compared to its nearest competitors, NVIDIA GeForce GT 730 and GT 740 with the same memory type and capacity are behind the model from ASUS by an average of 32.5% and 11.5% respectively. In its turn, GT 730 modification with 2 GB of GDDR5 memory is already ahead of the tested model by 11% on average. And more expensive AMD Radeon R7 250X with 1 GB of GDDR5 memory is ahead by an average of 110.5%. We have also compared the two models on R7 250 with different memory types. As you can see, even the smaller capacity of GDDR5 memory ensures AMD Radeon R7 250 to have a 32% gain in performance. Therefore, if you are planning to use this series adapter in game projects mainly, then it makes sense to pay a bit extra for the version with GDDR5. We have managed to increase the GPU dynamic frequency from 1110 to 1293 MHz by means of ASUS GPU Tweak 2 utility and by raising the voltage by 50 mV. The gain made 16.5% relative to the nominal frequency of the video card, and it also appeared possible to overclock the memory up to 1126 MHz that made a 25% gain. During overclocking, the fan speed was increased to the maximum level. The graphics core temperature did not exceed 66 degrees, which is a good safety margin indicator. As a result, the frame rate increased by an average of 8.5%, and it promoted the slight breakaway from the key competitors and comfortable playing of certain games. Summing up the results of our acquaintance with ASUS R7 250 OC2GD3, it is worth mentioning that it is quite capable to attract the buyer's interest due to the fine combination of its compact size, affordable price and high quality. Of course, you should not consider this model as a gamer solution. However, it's quite good to cope with many modern games at a resolution lower than Full HD and at low or medium graphics settings due to its good overclocking facilities, which also allowed us to increase the productivity by an average of 8.5%. As a result, this card can be recommended for purchase as the successful modification of AMD Radeon R7 250, which is quite suitable for assembling an entry-level computer. But if you are planning to use the computer for gaming mainly, then it makes a reason to pay extra for a version with GDDR5 memory at least, which will provide more than 30% increase in computing speed. Best regards to you, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.